Hello everyone, welcome to CSE Core Concepts in the series of computer networks. In this video, I am going to discuss about the various signal encoding techniques. So let us get started with the digital data and the digital signals. So we have the digital data and that data has to be converted into a digital signal. So basically what is a digital signal? It is a sequence of discrete. So what do you mean by discrete? That either it can have value 0 or 1. It cannot have any intermediate values between 0 and 1, that is like 0.5 or 0.6. And it is discontinuous, not a continuous form. Since it is discrete, obviously it is discontinuous voltage pulses. So where each pulse represents a signal element. So we have a binary data that is transmitted by encoding each data into signal, and if all of them have the same algebraic sign, that is all of them are positive, all of them are either positive and either negative, then those type of signals are called as unipolar signals. Whereas the other one is the polar signal. So in polar signal, one logic state is represented by a positive voltage and the other by a negative. Let's say 0 can be represented by a negative or 1 can be represented by positive. And the data signaling rate, or what we call them as the data rate of a signal, is the rate in bits per second in which the data is transmitted. So how many bits are being transmitted per second? So let us get started with the various signal encoding techniques. To start on with, the first one is the NRZL, which means non-return to zero level. So here it represents a negative voltage represents a binary 1 value and a positive voltage represents 0. Let us assume that this is the bit stream which we want to, this is the digital bit stream which we want to convert into a digital signal. So what does it says? That voltage positive means a 0. So let's get started. You can mark this red line that represents the signal. So positive voltage is 0 and then comes a negative voltage for 1. Okay, so there is a transition. Then again, since there is a next 0, it will be marked with a positive voltage. Then a positive voltage will continue for the next 0. Then for 1, 2 negative voltages. Then for zeros, all 3 are the positive voltages. Then for 1, there are 2 consecutive negative voltage. Now here in this case, we have to compute that how many transitions have occurred. See, there are various methods of encoding, right? So which method you are going to choose, that also depends on the complexity and the number of transitions it takes place. Okay. So here let us consider this is the first transaction, this is the second transition, third, fourth and fifth. So here we can say there are 5 transitions which are appearing with the NRZL technique. A variation of NRZL technique is called as the NRZI. Okay, so in NRZI, that is non-return to 0, invert on ones. So this represents a transition low to high or a high to low at the beginning of the bit. This represents a binary 1, and if there is no transition, that means it is a binary 0. Now invert on ones means what? It is not that the binary 1 will always have a low to high or always have a high to low. No. Initially, if the current binary 0, if the current bit is 0, then it is the same signal as the previous one. There will be no transition. But if it is the current binary 1, then it will be a different signal than the preceding bit. Means if the earlier one was high to low, then this will be a low to high. Let us see for the same bit stream. So initially it is 0. So as we said that there will be no change. So let us say it is a lower voltage. Then with the 1, there is a transition from low to high. Now since there is a 0, there will be no change. It will be same as the preceding bit, that is same as 1. So it will continue to be higher and the next 0 will be again continue to be higher. Now since there is a 1 here, now what will happen here was earlier it was a high to, it was initially when here we were doing, it was low to high. So this time the 1 will be from high to low. So it will come down and this is the low voltage now. Now again at the next one, it will be the reverse of the previous one. So earlier it was high to low. So this time it will be low to high. So whenever there is a 1, it will invert. Okay. So now next is 0. So there will be no change in the signal. It will continue the same pattern. Again, for all the 3 consecutive zeros, it will continue the same pattern. Now for this one, earlier one was what? Low to high. So this one will be what? High to low. And now the next one will be again low to high. So let us count the number of transitions: 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So again here we have 5 transitions. Let us proceed with the next technique. They are called as multi-level binary. Now this is a category which is a multi-level binary where they use multi-level, means there are more than two levels apart from binary. Binary will have 2 levels, either low or high. But here in this type of encoding, they use more than 2, so it is called as multi-level. Now there are 2 techniques here, that is bipolar AMI and pseudo-ternary. So let us see the first one, that is a bipolar AMI, where a binary 0 is represented by a no line signal. So no signal is 0, and if it is 1, it is represented by either a positive or a negative pulse. And that means it must alternate. So initially if first one is positive, next it will become negative. And here the advantage is that there will be no loss of synchronization. Suppose if somewhere you lost the synchronization in midway, that which error you are not getting. So if you encounter a no line, you can start synchronizing from there, as a no line signal indicates a 0. So let us see here. So this is the bit string. Let us get started. Since it is the 0, you can see it is a mid bit line. That is, it is neither high voltage nor low voltage. So it is a no line signal. Okay. Then for 1, it will go, let's say we are taking it as a positive voltage. Then for both the consecutive zeros, it will continue with no line. Now for the next one, since the earlier one was positive, now we will go for a negative one. The next one will be positive, and then it will be followed by 3 no line signals for the 3 zeros. Now earlier one was positive, so this will become negative, and now it will become positive. So let us compute the number of transitions: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So here we have 7 transitions. Let us look at the second method of multi-level binary, that is called as pseudo-ternary, where here in this case binary 1 will be have the loss, no absence of signal. Now why it is so? Because here in this case, if you have a long strings of zeros, there will be no line signal only, right? So here at each one introduce a transition, and the receiver can resynchronize on that transition. So let us say here that it is opposite of bipolar AMI, where here binary 1 will represent the absence of signal and 0 will be alternating like 1 in the earlier case. So 0 is, let's start with a high signal. Then for the 1 there is no line signal. For the 0 we will have a low signal. Now next 0 will have a higher signal, then followed by 2 no line signals for 2 consecutive ones. Then a lower signal for the first 0, a higher signal for the second 0, and again a lower signal for the third 0, followed by no line transitions. So let us compute the number of transitions: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. So here we have 8 transitions. Let us go to the next method. They are called as the biphase encoding method. So here biphase, why it is called? Because it keeps track of 2 things. One is the data and another is the clock. So here we have 2 popular approaches. One is the Manchester and second is the differential Manchester. So in Manchester technique, there is a transition at the middle of each bit period. Okay. Now this transition here, see up till here we have always transited at the starting of the bit. Okay. These positions are called as the starting of the bit positions, these lines. Okay. So whatever transitions have taken place, they have taken place at the starting. But here in case of Manchester and differential Manchester, in Manchester we are going to do the transitions in the middle. Okay. And this mid-bit transition will serve as a clock and also as a data. So here a low to high means 1 and high to low means 0. So let us see this is the mid bit transition. So since it is a 0, first of all we represent it with high to low. So you can see the transition takes place in the middle. Second is the one that will be a low to high transition. Then comes a high to low, again a high to low, then a low to high. For one again a low to high, then high to low, high to low. For the third 0 again high to low, then low to high and low to high. Okay. Now let us count the number of transitions. You can see there are many transitions, because if it is a high to low and again there is a 0, again we had to do a transition to go from high to low, right? So let us count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we have 16 transitions. Similarly, another approach is the differential Manchester, but here it is the difference is that the mid-bit transition will only provide a clocking signal, that is for resynchronization. But the transition for the data will always be done at the beginning of the bit. Now here if it is a 0, it is represented by the presence of a transition, and if it is 0, there will be no transitions. Let us see. So first it is a 0, so there will be a transition. So let us say we are going from a transition from up to down. Okay. Then we will provide a clock. This is only for clocking, no data, right? Now next is 1. 1 is no transition. Since there is no transition, it will simply go straight and then it will be perform clocking. Again a 0, so there is a transition. Okay, so there is a transition. Transition means now the signal is at low. So it will go to high and then provide a clock. Then again a transition, because 0 is there, again transit and clock. 1 is there, no transition, only clock. Again only clock. Then transition and clock, transition and clock, transition and clock, no transition and clock, no transition and clock. Right. So let us count the number of transitions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. So similarly here also the number of transitions are 16. So I hope you understood the different types of encoding techniques, and you can have other bit streams of data and you can practice for them too. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe to CSE Core Concepts. Thank you.